Alright, I honestly want to improve the quality and the way I make these videos, but the, the only single problem is that I haven't come up with a clear path of and clear structure of how I'm gonna be making these videos yet. What I mean by that is how I'm gonna be beginning the video and how I'm gonna be ending the video, because the structure, the middle of it, or the middle B-roll of a video is usually the same. For example, right now I'm pressing the record button and 30 seconds passed away, and I'm just didn't introduce myself yet. But how I should introduce? Do you care about my name? Do you care about the backbone and the reason why I'm doing this vlogs at all? Do you care about the personality and the personal journey? Do you care about all these details? Do you care about that we are doing two things instead of one? Or just, yeah, because it's solely a lot of times depends on the viewer. What do you want to hear? That's the thing. But anyway, so for new viewers, because the old ones probably already understand and know all of these details, and for new ones, I'm gonna just, it's by the way, you can't ignore that. Okay, sometimes it's kind of sticky in middle, I don't know, for some reason kind of hard to open it. Anyway, agency, web design agency, and there is software startup. Nowadays people call it SaaS. Two things. I love to call this thing startup, and this one is basic agency model. Nothing impressive. I used to think nothing impressive, honestly. You know, until the moment when you look at the details and what other people have made with their agencies and what kind of structures they have built up in their agencies, which is insane, because I can't explain. There's certain metrics and things you and I wasn't even freaking aware of. You know, you watch these YouTube videos and you think that that's the whole picture, and I don't mean by that, you know, that they're lying or scamming or something like that. The business, this things called CAC and LTV are just top of the iceberg. There's so much more to it. The business, what I want to tell you in short, the business is way more complex and whatever than you think it is, and that's the deal. You have to learn, and you have to learn a lot, and that's something I think people try to escape via going to those business schools and business universities, because they try to learn first before I mean, the reason why they do it is probably because, I mean, I think this thing is kind of, I don't know, like, you know, this knowledge is useless without practice. And yeah, whatever. I'm gonna start talking about agency, and then I'm gonna move on to startup, because, I mean, if I'm gonna start to talk about startup, there's so many things, there's too many things, there's just too much things to talk about, because first time in my life, I basically made something with a team of people, designers, and, you know, my friend of mine who's a designer, friend of mine who's a developer, me on a team. I don't know what to say except Alhamdulillah, because this is, I'm thankful to God. It's so much. It's insane, incredible. We have like, let me check Firebase. We already should have 5 or 6 users. Okay, console. I'll go to Firebase. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 users. Me, my friend. Yeah, me and my, me and my friend of mine, Berzot. Excluding that, 5 users, you can say. I mean, It's not that, how many users we have, because that's the problem of marketing. We didn't even start working on marketing. There is nearly nothing. There is no SEO optimization, there is no content marketing, there is no paid ads, there is nothing. There is basically no marketing except organic growth and me making some tweets and sending some DMs on Twitter. Except that, there is nothing. There is no marketing, because we didn't build up the product to a degree when I can be proud of. And again, you see that I'm getting too deep. We have built up a beta version of our app. You can say beta or first version, it doesn't really matter, because the current version, which we're preparing ourselves to build, because Max, friend of mine who's a designer, he's designing the product, and after he's gonna design the product and show it to us, there's little talks which we have to have with guys, and again, have to put everyone into one meeting, the designer, the programmers, the backend developers. I'm gonna try to get Muhammad Haroon, the guy who I found from my videos, and basically discuss the next stage. You can say the second version of this product, but I don't really like the name of it, because it's not the second version. It's the final version, right? It's the kind of version you can present to the world, and you're gonna be proud of what you have built up so far. It's not like a crappy software. It's not something. Yeah, it's not a school freaking project. It's like, you can go to the bed at night and you can be freaking damn proud of yourself, what you have done as a human being. As a human being, you can do so many incredible things, and you did one of them. You created something, you built up something, people can use it now. You can, this thing can change people's lives for better, at least for 1%, and that's the kind of dopamine you want to have when you go to the bed. All right, it's not thoughts about girls, it's not thoughts about money, it's not thoughts about any of this crap, which is trust me, not gonna last for long. I have made my first nearly $3,000 in my 16s, a year ago, and honestly, you are gonna be hyped up for a certain period of time, but that adrenaline, dopamine is not gonna last for long. Trust me, it's gonna last for a couple of months, but there's 12 months in a year, so it's not gonna last even for a year. Do you understand? It doesn't matter if you're gonna make $100,000 or $1 million. You're gonna be hyped up for maybe 7 or 8 months, but in the end, you're gonna get tired, and you have to freaking sit down and think on what you're gonna do with this money. And that's when the thinking part begins and fun goes away. You see that? Nothing in this life, except certain, dopamine sources, like this one I gave you, for example, building stuff, ain't gonna last for long. This dopamine sources which you're gonna get from building, creating, and changing for better what already have existed. This dopamine energy you're gonna be getting for years, as soon as you're not gonna quit. Because you get dopamine from the fact that you have made something, right? So it's not again, you don't get dopamine from a feedback which you get from users, which use your product. You get dopamine from just the fact that you made this thing, and that's the insane part. And that's the thing which I like about being a programmer. Okay, getting back to the agency, there's a lot of things which I haven't discovered and I think I have to learn over there, because all of the systems, there is a lot of names over there which I have discovered. I used to know LTV, CAC, this kind of things, but turns out there is a lot more this kind of, how to say that? unclear namings of things which just could have been named with their own names, you know, like Schiffer, you know, something. Okay, whatever. Except that, I mean, the friend of mine who's helping me to build this business, he is the one who built a lot of these systems, and he showed me them today in a Google Doc, and I'm like, what the heck is this? I mean, I just have no idea what, you know, like what he's talking about nearly. And but what I do not understand, the outreach system which we're gonna be using in the agency. So first, we're gonna be pretending that we want to buy the product from the business itself and not trying to sell the business something. I'm not gonna tell the script of the message, but this is the meaning behind it basically. Just, you know, pretend that you want to buy something basically. And then when they're gonna respond, because they want to sell their product, and if they are not stupid, they're gonna probably respond. That's when you are gonna send them not a text, not a voice note. I mean, you can send a voice note, but it's better if you're gonna send them a vertical or a horizontal, don't really matter, video in the chat. And the context of the video is basically saying, I don't want to sell to you anything without your permission. If everything is cool, give me thumbs up, you know, send me thumbs up, and I'm gonna send you another video. Or you don't say that you're gonna send them another video, just say them, send me thumbs up. If not, don't worry about it. Okay, that's the follow-up. If not, don't worry about it. Everything is nice, everything is fine. Of course, before saying that, you are gonna tell them that, you know, how you can help them. You're gonna greet them how you're gonna help them, and then you're gonna say what I just have said before. If they're gonna send you thumbs up, then obviously you're gonna make another video more in details, 1.5 minute long, up to 3 minute long video explaining them more in details. What specifically your offer, what you're offering them, because you can, you know, increase the number of customers or the revenue or the profit which they're making multiple ways. There is SMMA, there is website design, there is SEO tactics. There's a lot of services which you can offer to a business to in the end, guess what, to increase the number of their customers or their revenue or their profit or their brand awareness. Yeah, a lot of these services just lead to one of these results anyway. And in this 1.5 minute long video, so you have to make 2 videos. You have to make a short video where you're gonna be telling basically, I don't want to sell you anything without your permission, and the second one, which is longer in comparison, but still it's just a 3 minute long video. I believe that your attention span is not that cooked that you can't even sit down for 3 minutes. And yeah, basically explain them your offer, because a lot of you guys don't have a portfolio, and that's totally fine. Otherwise, if you would have had a portfolio, I would talk about your portfolio and experience, but you don't have a portfolio, and that's why greet them, explain them, be kind, and then tell your offer. I did not record the second video, which I am just talking about, but I recorded the first one, and I have to record the second one inshallah tomorrow. It's 12 a.m. and I have to go to bed to wake up for Fajr, but I'm recording this video anyway. So I think you will appreciate this effort and like this video. So far, yeah, we're searching for a web designer for our agency, and except that, I'm still searching for a video editor and a graphic designer, aka thumbnail designer, for myself and for the startup. And I think that's it for today. Yeah, I think that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Peace out.